Welcome to Michael Franti's podcast. This is the voice of the great Lukas Nelson, and he's an amazing artist who's been playing. How long have you been playing, man? I mean, you've had a lifetime of music, longer than most people have been playing it, yet you're kind of just getting started.
Just getting started. I just started. I've been writing songs forever,
Yeah.
And
tell me about that. When did you write your first song? Do you remember your first song?
My first song, I was 10 years old, and it was called "You Were It." And
You Were It.
It was called "You Were It," and it's actually a great song. And
do you remember it?
Yeah, it goes, "But now I'm fine, all the pain is gone. I once had a heart, now I have a song."
Wow.
Yeah. And
you wrote that when you were 10?
I was young, yeah.
Whoa.
And so it was great. And Dad loved it, and he put it on one of his records called "It Always Will Be."
Okay. And you wrote it at age 10?
Yeah, I was young, very young.
And so, let's talk about, so what was it like growing up in the Nelson household? Did you grow up on tour, or did you grow up?
I grew up on the road, and I grew up on the road, and I was, it was like, I never was in one place for longer than, I've never ever in my life been one place for longer than 3 months.
Wow.
Anywhere.
Wow.
The only time that I would stay anywhere at length was when I was in high school or college, and that that was broken up in semesters.
Yeah.
And so I'd stay for the semester, and then I'd leave.
You go for the next semester.
And then I'd leave, and then like if we had a break, I'd be on the road. You know? So I've never in my life been anywhere longer than 3 months.
Yeah.
I calculated that.
I know it's like that was just your life, and that's how you grew up. But is it a childhood you recommend for other people, or is it like something that you feel like?
I feel lucky because I've got. Not only are my parents successful, but they're really good parents, and my mom raised me really, really well, and my dad really raised me well by example, and and I learned how to do this life right by Dad. I mean, I could the example he set on how to live life on the road was perfect. And
what would be if you just say like, 3 things, like 3 golden rules for life on the road for any musician who's out there, what would they be?
I think stop drinking so much.
Word.
Like just don't drink every night.
Yeah.
In fact, say no most of the time.
Yeah.
And every once in a while have a drink.
And I say to people, because we've been through that, and almost every band has some kind of moment where there's some kind of substance abuse.
I had an issue when I was younger, and go ahead.
And what I was going to say is I always try to encourage my guys in the band, like, party as if you're working a regular job. Like everybody doesn't get up, go to out to a bar every night and get shit-faced drunk and then go to work.
Well, because for them it's that one night.
Yeah.
For the audience, it's the one night to party
when they do it.
And so they all want to take shots with you and everything. But if you do that every fucking night, you're gonna be
So you do it on you choose one night every week or every couple weeks, so you have a couple shots, but the rest of the time you've got to be a student of your body.
Yeah.
You've got to really listen to what your body
eat
is
right. You got to run or get exercise, do something.
Mm-hmm. Do something every day. So that'd be number 2. So number 2, one would be moderation. Number 2 would be eat right and do something healthy.
Yeah, and I gotta say, keeping ganja in your life as a replacement for those kinds of things is really a great medicine. Yeah. Because it keeps you mellow, and you want to be mellow on the road. You don't want to be too edgy. Yeah. So it's a great kind of a road. It's a remedy for the road.
I think that when you're on tour with a group of, a band and a tour posse, extremes don't do well in a submarine.
Exactly. You're in a submarine.
And you're in a submarine with, 10 people in a tour bus.
I'll go weeks when I'm at home without smoking ganja just to clear myself out. But when I'm on the road, it really helps me to just pacify me while I'm traveling and just take the edge off, and then things don't bother you as much, and so you can smoothly get along, and if everybody's in the same page, then it really works. Yeah. And luckily, most of the guys in our band partake, and so we're all kind of on the same level, and everybody's super mellow, and I think that's really awesome. Having that kind of balance on the road is really important. That's why we've been working for 10 years. You know,
How old are you now?
I'll be 29 this year.
And you've been doing it for 10 years. I mean, that people, like a lot of artists are just getting started at 29. So when you assembled your band in your cast of characters, was it something that was just, organic, or are these guys that have been playing with in your family for a long time? Or?
Well, no. I mean, I found a lot of these guys. We played with Neil, right, for the last couple years, and I met our drummer who I started this band with, Anthony, who just walked by. Actually, I met him at a Neil concert.
Oh wow!
And the vibe was like.
Imagine what it's like for Anthony. Like one day you're just at the concert, and then you meet Lukas, and then you are the concert.
Then you are the concert. It was like that for me too. I didn't know Neil very well. I knew Neil just from seeing him at Farm Aid every year. Yeah. But we didn't hang out and then once he got to know our music, then we became his band, and then we started jamming, and it was very, very cosmic. How we met the band. The band basically started. The name "Promise of the Real" comes from a Neil song, from Walk On. Sooner or later, it all gets real. Some get stoned, some get strange. Sooner or later, it all gets real. Walk on. And I was like, oh, that's badass. I'm gonna name my band "The Promise of the Real."
Whoa.
And then
it's a great name.
Yeah.
What's great about it is that, I mean, it's great to hear the story behind it, but it's a name that is a name of mystery. Yeah. And that's sort of like it can be
whatever you want. It's a mantra for us.
Yeah.
For me, when I look at my band and I look at the name of my band, it reminds me that why I'm doing what I'm doing every day.
That sense of purpose.
And it's a mantra.
Keeping it real.
It's like I can say that, I promise to be real. I promise to be real. Every time I say my band name, I'm sending myself a mantra at the same time,
Nice.
And so it's like, it's an energy thing too. I want to keep us who we are forever, and
that's awesome.
And be, it's like family. Willie Nelson and Family.
Right.
He calls his band Willie Nelson and Family.
Because it is.
And that's what it is, and it keeps
and
it that way.
It becomes that when you say it over and over again.
Yeah, it manifests. Yeah.
That's why I didn't name my band the Butthole Surfers.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to know what those guys are doing right now.
They're a really great band. I love their music, but I didn't want that to be my mantra. And it was already taken by them. Yeah. Hey, so you've been touring with Neil for how long?
I've been touring with Neil for the last couple years. We were recording this year. He's kind of taking a little hiatus because we're recording, and he likes to write when he's home.
Okay. What have you learned from Neil?
So much, man. I mean, it wouldn't go in this podcast. I mean, so much. Yeah. His attention to detail, his focus, his level of energy, just the channeling that he brings to his performances and the way
can you describe that when you say detail? What are the kinds of things that he obsesses over?
He pays attention to everything that's going on.
Yeah.
Every sound.
Yeah.
He's attuned to everything that's happening all at once in his whole career, in his business, in his love, in his love life, in his health.
Yeah.
He does Pilates every day.
Wow.
He's happy, know. And he's just a guy that just that takes the world by storm, like a hurricane.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've never been more inspired. Besides working with my dad, because I think they're from the same ilk.
Yeah.
Both of those guys.
I can hear that.
Yeah, both in a different ways they're the same, and so it's nice. It's a nice transition.
You know, when I hear your voice, and when I hear Neil's voice, and when I hear your dad's voice, I hear this the voice of a storyteller, and it's not a voice of trying to sing acrobatics. You're not trying to win the voice.
Sure.
You're trying to tell the story. And what tips do you have for somebody who's an up-and-coming writer in terms of storytelling, and then using your voice as an instrument to tell that story?
Well, I mean, look, to me, a song is the most important thing you can have as a musician.
Yeah.
A song that people can relate to.
Yeah.
And you've got some great songs, so you know how it feels.
Yeah.
To connect with a crowd to where they're singing along.
Yeah.
So lyrics and melody are super important.
Yeah.
And if you have a great melody, you don't have to oversing.
Yeah.
You just say what you got to say.
Yeah.
If you don't have as much of a melody, then you kind of got to, or the lyrics aren't that great, then you gotta make up
Do
for
some
it with
tricks,
some
some
acrobatics.
smoke and mirrors, yeah.
Yeah, and I believe. I mean, look, there's a lot of successful singers out there who do that, and that's their thing. But I think that to really hit the heart of a culture of people and really play music as an art form and really express what's happening in your love and your life and your world and the world around you, and make a cultural statement about where you grew up and what you're living through at the time, then I think that's less about vocal acrobatics and it's more about delivery and telling a story so that people believe it. Because if you're singing about real shit, then that's what you got to. You got to hang on every word. Every syllable has got to be meticulous, and I think that there's actually an acrobatics to that. It's an art form to sing like I don't know if you know J.J. Cale.
Sure.
I mean, he sings so soft like this, but every syllable is exactly
counts,
the way he wants it.
There's a guy, William Fitzsimmons, who I love, is the same way. He's just got this really soft
Knopfler,
voice. And,
I mean, Petty, Tom Petty. He's got every color of his voice down.
And it's his own thing. I mean, with Tom, you hear this sincerity and you hear this vulnerability. And I think that's the thing,
but he hits the notes, man. That guy can sing. He can. He's an acrobat. It's not that he's not. He's just mastered the art of bringing both acrobatics and then subtle nuance together, and delivery and storytelling to where he's become a character. He's like an actor. He's like presenting this form, this extension of his ego that is the performer of who he is, of who his life was.
That's amazing. That's a perfect description.
You know,
when you write a song, do you ever finish a song, or what is the indicator for you that it's a good song?
Oh, when I'm singing it to myself all the time, I can't get it out of my head. Or when you get a feeling. You get a feeling like, oh man, that's touching me.
Sometimes I cry. I sing a song back and I'll play it back and I'll tear up and I'll go, okay, this is.
But that's
really,
just because we're big softies.
We are big softies. That's true. But I feel I feel it myself.
I cry
and then the other like there's no greater rush for me. Like I can't imagine being an actor, and I know a bunch of them. Like you go and you work on a film, and you write a script and you put all this team together, director, go on location. You finish the film, you edit the film, and 2 years later, you're out promoting a film, and then you go to the premiere of a film, and you show people the film once, and you hope they like it.
Right.
And then it's like maybe they clap at the end, maybe they don't.
I'll tell you what, I'm just working on a movie, and with Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga. I produced and acted and did the music for the band. The whole band did for this movie, and I like our hours better.
Yeah.
Oh man, they're there all day, every day, waiting around.
And then you go in the editing room,
and then
it's
a grueling thing.
It's an amazing process.
It's a beautiful thing. It's like incredible, especially when you have artists doing it. But it's just I can't.
But it's different than waking up in the morning and you write a song and then you go, hey, I think I'm gonna go play this on stage right now.
Right. I gotta run.
Yeah, thank you for being here, brother.
I love you, Michael.
You gotta go play.
Yeah, it's good seeing you. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing all these amazing stories.
Oh yeah, this has been great.
Lucas,
we'll have to do it again.
Where can people find you?
Oh, people can find me at lucasnelson.com, Lucas with a K, or Instagram, Lukas Nelson Official. Just remember my name is spelled with a K, because that makes things difficult sometimes. Lukas.
My name is Lukas Nelson.
Yes. Yeah, if you Google me, you'll find me. So,
all right, cool. Thanks, brother.
All right, see you later.